Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chase Chrisley reveals what truly happened before arrest. Chase Chrisley has revealed the truth about what happened before his arrest. The arrest happened last month on January 6th. There has been a lot of controversy over the topic. Will he deny that he assaulted the restaurant worker? Or will he admit to doing wrong? There is a lot to unfold when it comes to this. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Chase Chrisley gets arrested after alleged assault. Chase Chrisley was arrested last month. The former reality TV star was at Twin Peaks in Atlanta. Allegedly, the night went south for Chase Chrisley. An employee at the sports bar accused Chase of slapping him in the face twice. The employee at Twin Peaks revealed that he was drunk and out of control. He apparently asked Chase to leave the bar, but this did not go well. Chase left the scene before law enforcement could arrive. However, he was found and arrested 3 days later. Chase was then released on a $10,000 bond. However, Chase has not spoken on the incident until now. He reveals what truly happened leading up to his arrest. Chase Chrisley has revealed what truly happened leading up to his arrest. This is the first time he has spoken on the issue since it happened. Fans know that Chase is more reserved than his siblings. Savannah Chrisley is always letting her opinion and truth be known. However, Chase does not do as much, so fans are glad to hear he is speaking out. Fans get what he is saying. However, this is all he had to say about the whole situation. When it first happened, his team spoke out and said, "Chase thinks the situation blew up like it did because of who he is. If he was someone different, it may have gone differently." It seems as though Chase is denying that he ever laid his hands on the employee. He says that if he was going to do something that was going to get him arrested, he would have got his money worth when it happened. Fans are not sure what to believe. However, the employee did choose not to press charges. He also was not injured. So, fans are torn on what the truth is. It wasn't just another summer night. The air was thick with tension, not just humidity. In an exclusive interview tinged with remorse, resolve, and raw truth, Chase Chrisley, the charismatic son of reality TV royalty, finally broke his silence on the whirlwind of events that led to his arrest. What he revealed wasn't a scandal born in shadows, but a slow-burning fire fueled by heartbreak, fame, and a desperate search for identity beneath the blinding spotlight. Until now, the headlines painted a tale of reckless behavior, a wealthy young man spiraling out of control. But as Chase leaned forward, eyes steady but tired, he confessed, "It wasn't about the money, it was about the pressure. I was trying to be someone I wasn't, and it caught up with me." The story doesn't begin in handcuffs. It begins in the silence of expectations. For Chase, growing up in the gilded cage of Chrisley knows best meant his every smile was scripted, his every misstep magnified. From the outside, he was the golden boy, cheeky, charming, always ready with a comeback. But inside, he was crumbling. The weight of being a Chrisley came with unspoken rules. Look perfect, act perfect, be perfect. The truth is, I started losing myself way before that night, Chase admitted, voice wavering. When your whole life is a performance, eventually, you don't know where the character ends and you begin. The night in question started like many others, an attempt to escape. Chase had just ended a long and painful relationship, one that had been under public scrutiny from day one. The breakup was messy, personal, and impossibly public. He needed to clear his head, so he hit the road in his black Range Rover. Music up, windows down, chasing peace he couldn't find at home. "I didn't plan to do anything stupid," he said. "But I didn't plan not to either." Somewhere on the outskirts of Nashville, adrenaline met impulse. A few drinks at a friend's house turned into a few too many. Texts started flying. Some from old friends, some from people who had no business checking in now. There was an underlying theme in every message: judgment, gossip, and disbelief. His phone buzzed with betrayal. He didn't know who to trust anymore. That's when it happened. I remember looking in the mirror in that bathroom, he recounted. And I didn't recognize the guy staring back. He looked tired, angry, scared. I wasn't even drunk. I was just done. Then came the call, one he regrets more than any other. Chase left the party and made his way to a familiar location, the home of someone who had always been a bad influence, a ghost from his pre-reality TV days, someone who didn't care about ratings or TMZ, someone who knew how to make pain disappear for a while. That was my rock bottom, not the arrest, not the headlines, but walking through that door. What followed wasn't a wild car chase or a drunken brawl, as some tabloids had speculated. It was far quieter, sadder. A neighbor, concerned by loud voices and suspicious activity, made the call. Police arrived to find Chase in a heated argument, not violent, but heated enough to raise flags. There were substances present, enough for the cuffs to click shut, even if Chase hadn't actually used them that night. It was my fault, he admitted. Even if I didn't do anything illegal that night, I put myself in that situation. I let the wrong people back into my life. I ignored every warning sign. But the arrest wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something unexpected: honesty. The next morning, Chase sat alone in a cold, gray holding cell. No cameras, no filters. Just him and the truth. And for the first time in years, he felt free. I cried, not because I was scared, but because I finally felt like the mask was off. Since that day, Chase has been doing the work: therapy, reflection, reconnection with family on terms he sets. And he started speaking out, not to defend himself, but to own his story before anyone else tries to write it for him. I've made mistakes, big ones. But I'm not that night. I'm not that headline. I'm a work in progress. He also hinted at a new project, something off-camera and deeply personal. A podcast, perhaps, or a memoir. People think they know me, he smiled. But they only know the edit. It's time I tell my own story, uncut. Todd and Julie Chrisley's ongoing legal battles have cast long shadows, and Chase admits it hasn't been easy navigating his own struggles while watching his parents fight their own. But he insists that there's no resentment, only love and a newfound boundary. We're all going through it, but I'm learning that I can love my family without living their version of me. As the interview ended, Chase stood tall, not as a tabloid headline or a reality TV heir, but as a man who fell hard and is learning how to stand again. There were no dramatic goodbyes, no rehearsed redemption arc. Just a nod and a whispered promise. I'm still here, and I'm not done yet. In the world of reality television, image is everything. But Chase Chrisley is done with the image. He's ready for the reality, messy, painful, healing. And for the first time, he's not afraid to be the villain, the hero, or just the guy trying to figure it all out. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't to avoid the storm, but to step into it and walk through.